Fans of the North-South Connection and 7 Months of Danger podcast, we would like to put out this statement of apology for the fact that the guys we have here on the pod have gotten away from the fact that this is supposed to be a very serious podcast and that it isn't a time for laughter or irreverence. Due to his obscene amount of both of these things on the previous episode, we have decided to suspend Logan Crosland for tonight's proceedings. Again, we apologize greatly if this affected your listening pleasure. Thank you for being a listener, and have a great day.
The future is now. Finding the No-So has never been easier. Subscribe to us on our new YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, and bookmark the new home for No Holds Barred, The Jenny Position, Wrestling Warzone, and all your favorite No-So podcasts at NorthSouthConnection.com. It's new year, new No-So. NorthSouthConnection.com.
Give me danger, little stranger, and I'll give you a beat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next United States Heavyweight Champion, Ravishing Rick Rude!
There's nothing in my dreams, just some ugly memories. Kiss me like the ocean breeze.
Please welcome the newest members of the Dangerous Alliance, Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko.
Will be my lover, I will shiver and sing.
The world's greatest athlete and newest member of the Dangerous Alliance, the world's TV champion, Stunning Steve Austin.
Nothing left alive but a pair of glassy eyes. Raise my feelings one more time.
Please welcome one of Sting's best friends and a little Stinger himself. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful Bobby Eaton! It's not a lineup, it's not an army, it's not a stable, and it's not a family. It's an alliance of businessmen who will bring WCW down to its knees.
North-South Connection, welcome to episode number 21 of the 7 Months of Danger podcast. I am your host, Sean Kidd, and tonight we are in our final 3 episodes, and we are covering April 19th through May 9th of 1992 in the journey of the Dangerous Alliance. As always, I am joined by my co-host. Up first, Logan Crosland. How are you tonight?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Shano. I am Jason Hervey, and I'm here joining you guys on my favorite podcast.
Oh my goodness, Jason Hervey is joining us instead of Logan tonight. Jason Hervey predominantly in one of our featured matches tonight. So Jason, very happy to have you here tonight.
You're damn right. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm glad you are, because I don't necessarily know if my other co-hosts are happy you're here. Matt Souza, 2 out of 3 Falls matches biggest fan. Matt Souza, how are you tonight?
Great to be here, Sean, as always. And really, I'm honored to be here with Jason Hervey. And Sean, if I may ask, can I ask Jason Hervey a question real
Yes,
quick?
Please do.
Mr. Hervey, first of all, medium fan. Why is it that you suck so much ass?
Well, no one loves me as a child, so I mean, I did my best. So that's my best answer.
Last but not least, a man who has probably never seen a single episode of The Wonder Years to save his life, Scott Shiflett.
Sean, you're correct. I've never seen that atrocity.
But did you know it was renewed for a 6th season?
I'm going to get to my issues with Hervey in a minute. I'm just glad the show's now able to legally drink, because we've been drinking on and off during the show. Jason Hervey, I just want to let you know that I hate you and you only. I hope everything bad happens to you in this world. So there you go.
Well, that just isn't very nice. I knew I always liked Sean the most.
Mr. Hervey,
on that motorcycle and drive off a cliff.
Wow. Mr. Hervey, I apologize for my co-host rudeness tonight.
What? I said I was a fan.
I did. I know, but I mean, treat him with respect.
I did. I thought I did.
I mean, the guy gets to bang Misty Hyatt like everybody else under the sun. So just show the guy some respect.
That's a great point. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hervey, are you ready?
I guess I don't feel very invited here, but I'll do my best.
All right. So as we go through, this is gonna kill me. As we go through this, Jason, I always start the pod off with the Meltzer notes and what's going on in the time frame. So I might ask you your thoughts and opinions on a few of these. So I will give the first one to you. Are you ready?
Absolutely, Sean.
All right. All right. First set of Meltzer notes are from April the 20th, 1992. We've got the complete lineup, and the card is subject to change for the 620 pay-per-view. That'll be in, how do I pronounce it, Schiff?
Mobile,
Alabama. Besides the top 4 matches we listed last week, our last podcast, which will be Ricky Steamboat versus Rick Rude, now officially an Iron Man match, which will go 30 minutes. And whoever wins the most falls will be the U.S. champion when it's over. We will get to Medusa versus Missy to determine the real first lady of WCW in the bikini contest. Our friend Logan, I'm sure would love that. Mr. Hervey, I would love to hear your thoughts on that when we get to you, with your girlfriend being in that. I know you would, and it mentioned something about a volleyball game happening in that, so I don't know about that. Sting versus Cactus Jack with Falls County anywhere on the Gulf Coast. Meltzer says, while this match won't draw a lick on pay-per-view, it does have the potential for them fighting on the beach for great suplexes in the ocean, burying people's heads in the sand, and bizarre comedy. Rick and Scott Steiner versus Terry Gordy and Steve Williams. The advertising has already been seen to the people who do cable guides that this will be for the World Tag Team titles, which tells you something right there. JT Southern versus Johnny B. Bad, determine who has the right to use initials in WCW. Stupid. Van Hammer versus Greg Valentine to determine the real Hammer in WCW. Nikita Koloff and Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham versus Steve Austin and Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton. And Brian Pillman versus Scotty Flamingo for the light heavyweight title. So, Mr. Hervey, any comments on the show that is shaping up to be Beach Blast in June?
Well, of course, I'm very happy for my girlfriend, Missy Hyatt. I really look forward to that match. I think she's going to beat that bitch Medusa from pillar to post. As you heard in my commentary in the match we're going to talk about later, I'm a huge WCW fan, so I'm super looking forward to this card.
All right. Well, good for you. Schiff, the next two are you. Brian Pillman should be back in about 3 weeks from his back injury. And big news here, Sting suffered a cracked rib and bruised sternum on 4/12 at the Omni in a match against Big Van Vader. No word on how long he'll be out of action for certain, but as of Monday night, the estimates were for 2 to 4 weeks. If it's closer to the latter, they'll most likely run an angle at the television tapings Tuesday night at Center Stage to explain him being out of action. Nikita Koloff will be moved into the main event spot against Vader at house shows until Sting can return. Good God, that sounds awful. And talk is that they'll acknowledge the injury as soon as Saturday morning on TBS. So, Schiff, what do you think?
Yeah, and that's what happens. It actually adds mystique to Vader of him being like a badass if he takes, the franchise and, the face of the company and just breaks a rib in his first match. And actually, Sting has said, I really enjoy those Sting and Vader matches, and I'm obviously a Sting fan, but he said, him and Vader would just, beat the shit out of each other during those matches.
They do. I mean, if anyone, I hate Sting, but if anyone gets good matches out of him, it's Vader for sure. All right, Souza, the next two are yours. Great Muta starts in early May for tag matches where he was the team with Sting against Reed and Vader, which that sounds amazing, but they'll probably be changed to Muta teaming with either Steamboat or Koloff if Sting isn't ready by then. And then Dustin Rhodes, who on our last episode was out with an injury, apparently suffered a concussion Sunday afternoon in an auto accident and missed the Omni, but isn't expected to be kept out of action any length of time.
Yeah, Muta and Sting versus Rude and Vader could be really good. Muta teaming with Koloff, not so much. So we'll see what happens with that. And I think Dustin Rhodes is at a point right now where he should just kind of wrap himself in bubble wrap because he's seemingly getting hurt every time he steps outside of his house.
Amen. All right. Mr. Hervey, you there?
I'm still here, Shano.
All right. The next three are for you. As
Oh,
far as the Jake the Snake Robert rumors, God damn it. As far as the Jake the Snake Roberts rumors are concerned, I do know that there has been talk, but I don't think there's any deal finalized as yet. It depends on his contract situation with WWF. Jim Ross was sitting on a Power Hour talking about Snake Watch on the 900 number. Steve Armstrong was simply fired. There will be other lower-level guys who also won't have their contracts renewed. And the tailor-made man, who is Logan Crossland's MVP of this podcast, had his knee scoped and will be out for a few more days. So, Mr. Hervey, would you like to comment on those 3 items?
Oh, that old Jimbo sure is a jokester. I'm sure he had a real good snake watch on that the 900 number. I'm sure he really enjoyed that one. I don't really give a fuck about the other 2 guys. So yeah, that sounds great.
Oh my God, sound like you had a mouthful of Missy Boob there for a minute, Mr. Hervey. Yeah. All right. Okay. The next 2, I believe we're on Schiff. I'm losing track. The first episode of the new WCW show did a weak 2.2 rating on 4.4, while Main Event Going Ahead with WrestleMania did a 2.0 and Power Hour did a 1.9. The second episode of the new format show wasn't nearly as good as the first. Well, no shit. Oh, listen to this. The shows are dragging and are only 90 minutes, which doesn't bide well for 2 hours. About the only thing memorable was Steamboat's interview in episode 2, which was really good, which we discussed. Only thing is, he did several others almost identical on other shows over the weekend. The match that we fortunately did not talk about, guys, was the Freebirds versus Taylor and Valentine doing 2 out of 3 falls, which confirmed my previous suspicion that with the wrong people, 2 or 3 falls doesn't make for fun television. And Nikita and Larry confirmed that. So, Schiff, any comments on those 2 items?
I mean, who gives a shit about ratings? Yeah, 2 of the 3 falls sucks. We give WWF, WWE crap when they were made the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view about bastardizing, that gimmick, which they did. But WCW did it, 20 years, 17 years earlier with 2 out of 3 falls matches, which, I mean, if it's 2 good wrestlers, it works fine. But if it's the shit we had to watch with Nikita and Larry, it's what are we doing?
Yep. All right. April 27th. More notes here. Hey, Schiff, are you sorry that we missed the Freebirds versus Taylor and Valentine 2 out of 3?
I know. I scram.
I hate you, Jason.
Be nice to the Hervey, please. Be nice.
The Hervey.
Hervey, if you were on fire, I wouldn't even piss on you.
All right, moving on to the April 27th Meltzer notes. Schiff, I'm going to give you, not Schiff, Souza. I'm giving you the next 3. Regarding Sting's injury, it appears as of now that Sting will return for War Games and will make a guest appearance in Nikita Koloff's corner against Big Van Vader on the 5/10 card at the Omni. I believe his actual injuries were too broken because Sting is the biggest drawing card, and they continued. They have ribs and a chipped rib. I don't know what happened with my notes there. Give them lots
of
ribs
and a chipped rib.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
I'll have the ribs and a chipped rib, please, and a side of Diet Coke.
It's like Abdullah's House of Ribs or something in that. Give them lots of credit for honesty on this one because they got his injury and the fact that he missed the house shows on television just 6 days after the injury happened, even though the potential was it could have cost him a few bucks at the gate by being honest. Not too many promoters would have done that, particularly during a period of struggling so much at the gate. Hughes and Van Vader. Too many Vans. Hughes and Van Hammer are all over the booking sheet, so they're expected back. And WCW will be holding a mandatory steroid seminar for all wrestlers on 4/28 in Birmingham with Dr. David Lee Black from Tennessee speaking. Black does the laboratory analysis for the WWF steroid testing and will probably head up the WCW mandatory compliance program. So, Souza, anything on those 3 items?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it would be a huge blow to that War Games if Sting wasn't able to be a part of it because he's kind of the main cog in the whole Dangerous Alliance, going against the Dangerous Alliance thing. So if he missed that War Games, that would be a hell of a thing. Good, Mr. Hughes and Van Hammer are coming back. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. Hopefully they don't come back until after our timeline of this podcast is done so we don't have to watch them again because that would be great. And I'm sure that mandatory steroid seminar is going to go absolutely great backstage in WCW.
All right. Mr. Hervey, are you there? You ready?
I am.
Next 3. Kip Fry said he's hoping to see some real improvements in interest in the product during the mid-June to mid-July period when the group runs 2 pay-per-views in the Clash. Those improvements must include having you on commentary.
My good buddy Kip, I love him.
Nothing has been signed as far as Jake Roberts is concerned, so still going there. The idea as it was presented to me is that the NWA will be presented as a worldwide organization of which WCW is a member of. There will be an annual NWA tournaments and champions crown, but the NWA champion won't appear regularly defending the titles on WCW big shows, kind of like the NBA and the Olympics, at least in theory. I hope it works because it'll be great to see different guys and different styles, and it takes lots of time to educate people to newcomers, and that many in one night with that little lead time may be pushing things. Should be the most unique clash there's been, if nothing else. So, Mr. Hervey, any comments on those three things?
Like I said, my best pal, Kip Allen Fry, a big fan of his, as he's running WCW. He's doing a great job. Jake Roberts, real interesting to see if he comes in. Maybe he'll team up with my other good pal, Arn Anderson, as I talk about a lot later in the match that we'll talk about. And, WCW teaming up with everybody sounds like a great idea. So I'm all for it, man. Shano. I sure wish Scotto was nicer to me.
All right. Scotto, can we call him Schiffo?
Schiffo, I mean. So that's fine.
All right. Schiffo, you're up for the next three. They will
sounds like a bad robot.
They will be doing a top 10 tournament on Worldwide during
cereal.
Yep, they will be doing a top 10 tournament on Worldwide during May sweeps. Expect some face versus face and heel versus heel matchups on television. We will get to talk about some of those. Rick Steamboat's television interviews for this feud are his best in a long time. I agree. And Big Josh's steroid promo that aired this weekend was also the best of its kind because it sounded straight and to the point, probably because Big Josh was on steroids. Schiff, anything on those three?
That was the Nintendo tournament, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Your tongue, Schiffo?
I thought it was...
Schiff, were you listening or...
To be honest, you broke up after the after the tournament part, and then you came back in on Big Josh steroids. So
that's what she said.
Wow.
That's all I got.
All right. This is going great. Souza.
Yeah.
The next three. Steve Austin has a new Bosworth hairdo. What a timely reference that is. Terry Taylor is already back after minor knee surgery, and Brian Pillman, despite rumors, is expected back in just a few more weeks after that back injury.
You know, it's great that Steve Austin has a new Kate Bosworth hairdo. It looks fantastic on him. Terry Taylor's back, yay, and Brian Pillman is also back, yay, and I mean that one.
All right,
it really brings out his eyes.
Yeah.
Apparently, he gets better in matches with the haircut. At least that's what the rumor mill says.
Reverse Samson, I told you.
All right, May 4th, Meltzer notes. Next three, who are we on? Are we back to Mr. Hervey? Yes.
I believe we are, Sean.
Paulie and Rick Rude each signed 2-year contracts. Medusa and Eddie Gilbert have split. I thought that was a typo at first, but apparently Medusa and Eddie Gilbert were together. So how interesting that her and Missy shared.
No wonder she hated Missy so much.
And here's an interesting one. Arn is being groomed as a single for title shots during the summer, which might explain the commentary on a match you'll provide later tonight, Mr. Hervey. While those would be potentially the best matches for Sting, the box office value is questionable, although at this point with the crowd WCW is drawing, it isn't so much the matches that are the determining point to match at the local promotion for the cards and television clearances. So, Mr. Hervey, any thoughts on Medusa and Eddie splitting? Your girlfriend's ex-husband, by the way. Paulie and Rita signed to your contracts, and your man Arn being groomed for a title shot.
I mean, my man Arn, I'm super pumped for him. That's great. He's gonna be. We're gonna talk about him later. He's gonna be great in that match. Paulie Dangerously as a scavenger, or not a scavenger. He's a real bastard. In the match that we talk about later, I'll get onto him, but it's smart to lock him down. I do think that's a great idea, and I may need to worry a little bit about Eddie Gilbert being single again, as he may try to steal my girlfriend, but we'll see. I'll try to lock her down.
Hey, Mr. Hervey, does Missy ever talk about her days of having sex with Eddie Gilbert with you, or no?
We try to stay away from that topic, but she may have mentioned it a time or two.
I thought Sean was going to ask if she talked about him banging her.
Wow. You're one of the inappropriate motherfucker shit, though.
All right. Schiff, I'll give you the next two, and then Matt will get the final two. All right. So
sounds great.
Schiff, more Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts will almost surely be coming in soon. And there's been some mainstream publicity with Bill Fralick of the Atlanta Falcons talking about considering a pro wrestling career. So what are your thoughts on those two things?
Bill Fralick.
Bill Fralick.
He was one of the commentators on Saturday night.
Yeah, I know, he was terrible.
It was brutal. Like hearing paint dry. Not even watching it, just hearing it. Yeah, and I've already forgot the first thing.
So mean.
All right, it's about Jake Roberts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was like the worst kept secret ever about this point.
All right, Schiff, you've added quite the contributions to tonight's Meltzer Notes, by the way. I really appreciate you.
Your face is the worst kept secret.
One more crack out of you, Herbie.
All right, Susan,
What are you gonna do
I'll
about it,
give you
big
the final two, Susan, and then we'll get into our matches finally.
Yeah.
When they say there is dissension within the Dangerous Alliance, they aren't kidding. And Charleston, West
Dissensions in
Virginia,
this pod.
an incident took place backstage with the Dangerously and Medusa, with them yelling back and forth. Herbie. Medusa and the Dangerously were yelling back and forth about non-wrestling related items. Some feared it would turn into a fight, except Terry Taylor made the save when things got hot. So, Susan, I'm sorry. I'm going to divert this one to Jason Hervey. So, what were they fighting about, Mr. Hervey?
I just don't think things are going very well for the Dangerous Alliance. I'm not real sure. I think Medusa kind of wants to be the leader. Paulie Dangerously kind of wants to be the leader. They're just having some real conflict. So I don't really know what's going on there, but it can't be good.
Are they having sex, Mr. Hervey?
I sure hope not.
Herbie watches.
Why did you ask him that like you're Maury Povich?
You are not the father.
That Mr. Dangerously sure is a turd. So I hope not.
All right, Susan. Expect several wrestlers to be dropped perhaps as soon as this week. Don't expect any big names, but that will be cut from the 37 wrestlers, which is more than enough for a group that only runs one live show.
Well, we haven't had El Gigante mentioned yet, so I bet he's a part of that crew.
All right, so that completes the Meltzer Notes. What a disaster that was. So, Mr. Hervey, are you ready to jump into these matches with us?
I am going to go off of what Mr. Croslin wrote down, but I will do my best.
All right, well, I can't wait to talk about your commentary coming up in a very important 2 out of 3 falls match in a little bit. I have a feeling that won't go very well. But anyway, we're going to start off with April 19th, 1992. The main event, and a really odd match here that seemed out of nowhere. Ravishing Rick Rude and Big Van Vader taking on Matt Souza's favorite tag team besides the Freebirds. So not real sure what's happening here, but tonight, according to Rude, we're fat, out-of-shape, southern-bred scumbags. Crowd goes nuts for the WCW Special Forces. They talk about Sting is injured. He's been put out of action by Vader. Champion's jacket made me wish I couldn't see. Tony and TA bring up maybe the Dangerous Alliance paid Vader off to take Sting out due to War Games. Vader forearming, clotheslining, and suplexing an avalanching Chip brought me much joy. There was brief flurry, but Chip gets smashed with a slam as he jumps off the top rope. Champion tags in, and Rude and Vader beat him up. Chip gets back in, power slams Rude, but Rude hits a Rude Awakening out of nowhere. Then swivels and hits its champion, distracting the ref, allowing Vader to splash Chip. Then Rude pins him for 3. Again, not sure why they were teaming. My theory was maybe they were trying to give Vader the Rude rub since Rude and Sting were feuding. So I don't know. Anyway, this is pretty much a squash. I kind of thought it was unoffensive. I went 1 1/4 because the Patriots got their asses handed to them, and who can't like that? Schiff, what did you think?
I'm all in for Chip and Todd Champion getting their ass beat. I think Vader came off as, I have a note here, as a big-ass bully, and they did a good job of making him look like a giant. Like, he would get hit, and he never left his feet, which I thought was good. And Rude, he did his stuff as well. But Vader had a nice clothesline that I called the Vader line instead of like the Steiner line. I thought that was impressive.
Good one, Schiffo.
Thank you. And I went 1.5 stars for this. It wasn't anything too bad, and it like Sean said, it shows that Vader is like a top heel.
All right, and what did you go on this?
1.5 stars.
Okay, star and a half. Souza.
Yeah, I mean, I went a star on it. It's a very weird match on paper. Vader Rude is an interesting tag team, though, so I'll give it a little bit of cred for that. I can't believe we're still dealing with Patriots matches. Like, we should be done with them, and we should have been done with them a long time ago. In a perfect world, they would have never fucking showed up or existed, but I can't have that now, can I? This is the match where I realized that Firebreaker Chip is basically a muscular Danny DeVito. That's what he looks. That's what he looks like to me. This is too long for this type of match. This might be the worst Vader match ever, and it has nothing to do with him. He still looked good, but it was just everything else around it was very meh. Rick Rude with a headlock 10 seconds into the match, of course, but yeah, Champion fucks up the finish because of course he does. He looked like he was supposed to run into the ring, and then he just doesn't. So Todd Champion still doing his best work. So yeah, 1 star here.
Not our last appearance of a Patriot tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hervey, what did you think of this match?
Well, I didn't personally watch any of these matches other than the one that I commentated, so I'm gonna.
You're like Schiffo.
I'm gonna go off of Mr. Logano's notes here. He went. I would like. I would like you to know he went a 1/2 star. Rude and especially Vader selling for these bums is abysmal. To the surprise of no one, a boring and plotting squash. 1/2 star, like I said, for Mr. Logan here.
All right. Logano?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to move on to 425.
1.06 for the total rating.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Thank you for that. We're going to move on to the Saturday night from April 25th. We have another 2 out of 3 falls match. This one a little more appealing. It'll be Barry Windham versus Steve Austin, 2 out of 3 falls for the TV title. So we have. Hey, Schiff, did you watch these promos or no?
Yeah, I did this time.
All right. So
How
Windham.
rude.
Well,
What a good boy.
Windham with Lennon glasses calls Austin a Paulie puppet. Brings up his hand being crushed. Claims Paulie set the whole thing up. Says he's tonight giving Austin the wrestling lesson of his life and taking a TV title, and his goal is to destroy the Dangerous Alliance. Paulie says tonight Barry learns his lesson. The Dangerous Alliance has toyed with him. Tonight, Austin finishes the job. Austin says he told the world he would be the greatest TV champ ever, and he will prove it twice tonight in the 2 out of 3. So I thought they were 2 solid, just really quick promos to bring in this TV title match. So, Susan, what did you think of these?
Yeah, I mean, it was fairly basic, but I thought it was really well done. Wyndham calling Austin a puppet of Paulie, I thought was a good line. And Austin saying that he's going to prove that he is the best wrestler on TV. Well, it's about fucking time. You haven't done it in the 8 months since we started this goddamn show, so better late than never, I guess.
All right, Schiff?
Yeah, Barry, he's really been like the MVP, even though he was ranked number 7 in the top 10 last week, 2 weeks ago. But he's been a low-key MVP in my opinion. I love how Paulie said that the DA's toy with Barry, and also said he is the best TV wrestler of all time. And I don't know what TV anyone else is watching, but I don't think so. This isn't 1996, but yeah, it was solid. They got me hyped for the match. Strangely enough.
All right, and Mr. Hervey.
I thought these were 2 very solid promos by 2 of my favorite guys, Barry Windham and Steve Austin here. So I got me really pumped to see their match coming up.
All right, so we'll jump into the match. So JR and Bill Fralick, is that how you pronounce this shit, Fralick?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I just want to make sure that I'm pronouncing it correct.
I believe it's Frolic.
Frolic?
Frolic, like Missy does with all the other men. That's not Hervey.
My goodness.
I'm just messing with you, Shano and Schiffo. That was completely unnecessary.
I was going to make some kind of sexual disease joke. He gives her the Hervey.
Wow. Frolic and play.
And then Hervey then gave to Eric Bischoff's wife.
All right, so Wyndham shows good intensity just in how he takes down Austin, like the headlocks and shoulder blocks to start. Even though it's a headlock, and we really hate headlocks on this show, like he's really aggressive and like literally just like pulls him up in the air and flips him over, which looks really good. I love the headstand kick out on Austin, the leg scissors, and he just stares Austin down as Austin scoots away to the corner, really intimidated. They do the same spot later, and Wyndham pops him hard in the face. Wyndham hits a suplex out of nowhere for 3 for fall 1, which I thought was pretty weak and underwhelming that the TV champ got pinned on a suplex. So that's fall 1. Fall 2, Wyndham dominates, goes up top rope. Paulie up on the apron, distracts Wyndham, and Austin throws Barry off the top rope, which was really visually impressive due to Barry's size. Austin looks strong on offense. He does knees Barry in the back off the apron into the barricades. Austin hits a suplex. He misses a second rope elbow drop. The two collide mid-ring with 1 minute to go. Austin does a small package for 2. Barry does a small package for 2. Then a backslide for 2, a lariat, but foot on the ropes, then a suplex, but cover, but time expires. And Austin retains due to a draw. So 1, the challenger got a pinfall. 2, Austin doesn't even get a pinfall and time expires. So he actually gets to keep the belt, which I enjoyed the match. The ending is dumb. I don't know how it really makes Austin look. First fall pin was very underwhelming, but definitely see these two have a good chemistry and want more. Bill Fralick puts me to sleep with his monotone voice. I actually went 2 3/4 stars on it. Match is good, but man, yeah, I think I did. I went 2 3/4.
Okay.
So, but it could have been way, way better, obviously, and they will have one better, I think, coming down the pike. But yeah, this one was weird, just a weird match. Schiff?
Yeah, JR gave the ending away 5 minutes into the match. He said, this will end with the first of 2 or if we run out of time. And I knew exactly where we were going with when he said that. So good job. Yep. I will say, like Barry was throwing Austin around about his head. I enjoyed that, Sean, like you mentioned, and Austin was able to get out by doing a head scissors, but Barry then powered out. Yeah, like the flash pin on the suplex was weird, I thought. But Barry had a nice drop kick, and it really showed off how like long and lanky his ass was when he did that drop kick. It took up like 3/4 of the ring.
Long and lanky, huh?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I will say then, like, as they're going back and forth, Austin kills Barry with a clothesline. Austin knocked Barry over the top rope, no DQ. And I love how JR or whoever the announcer, when that happens in these matches, is like, it's the ref's discretion, it's the ref's discretion. Which as a kid, I remember every time a baby face done it, they got disqualified. But that was stupid. But like, it just is what it was. Like, Barry trying to get the win, but like not really as time was running out. I went 2 1/4.
Wow. Okay. Souza.
Well, I went 3 on this because I really enjoyed it. And Sean, I think you hit the nail on the head. We, like you said, we've talked about headlocks a lot on this show because every match has them. But there's a difference between the headlocks that Wyndham does here and like the headlocks that Larry did in that suck-ass Nikita match. Like Larry's doing them because he's old and frail and needs a breather, whereas Wyndham is doing them because it's going somewhere and he makes it look like it hurts like hell. So I think there's a big difference between the two. I really enjoyed this. The quick finish in the first fall definitely caught me by surprise that suplex was out of nowhere. And, I mean, like you said, Schiff, JR absolutely telegraphed the finish. And especially once they started saying, oh, there's 3 minutes remaining. There's 2 minutes remaining. It's like, all right, here comes the draw. So they did telegraph that, which wasn't great, but I just enjoyed the pace of this a lot, too, especially near the end. They were trading near falls for like the last minute or so of the match, and I thought that was really well done. They're definitely capable of doing more, but I think this was it was nice to see them have, first of all, a full-length match, because before this, we've only really seen them have like 5-minute brawls on like Worldwide or whatever. So it was nice to see them have a full-length match, and I thought this was really, really well done for what it was. Certainly one of Austin's better TV title defenses we've seen, so 3 stars.
Yeah, I love Barry Windham, and I'm going to stand by the fact that I really wish that he had bigger shine during his place. He's been kind of an MVP. He's had good matches and like everything he's in, and he should have been the top face versus fucking Stink. Anyway, Mr. Hervey, what did you think?
Yeah, that Stink sure does stink. He's not as good as my best Balorn, so that's definitely not the case. But I think Logan was pretty disappointed in this one. That he thought the first few minutes were kind of disappointing. The headstand flip out of the right hand was an awesome spot, he thought. The suplex was a super weak end of the first fall. I thought Barry did some great stuff here. Unfortunately, Austin did not hold his end of the bargain in this one, according to Mr. Logan, which made this match not bad, but disappointing at the same time. He went 2.5.
All right, so Mr. Hervey, you're the one that has to put all this together. So what's the total?
That is a 2.62, Mr. Shano.
All right, appreciate it. All right, so now we're gonna go to what?
I said you're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Hard time understanding Herbieism. All right, moving into May 2nd, 1992. We're going to WCW Pro, and we have a match. Dustin Rhodes versus Bobby Eaton. So this was shown in Power Hour a week later. So that's the one we're watching, and it's taped from an earlier broadcast. So because JR had to say it because Eaton had the tag title here, and late breaking news at this point, the Steiners had defeated him and Arn on May the 3rd, which we'll discuss on our next episode. So the Steiners are actually the new tag team champions. A lot of tie-ups and jockeying for position. Both sock each other in the face. Dustin knocks Bobby outside with a hard shoulder block. Dustin throws Bobby face first into the ring post and hip tosses and drop kicks and clotheslines him on the floor, which is pretty wild. Back in ring, Dustin misses a corner charge and Eaton clips the leg. Eaton works the legs over a little bit. Dustin kicks Eaton off of him and into the ref, who goes down. Does a bulldog attempt, but looked more like a flying DDT. Austin comes in, turns Dustin inside out with a great clothesline. Barry in and the faces clear the ring. Dustin wins by DQ. I'm not sure why the ref bump was necessary, but I like the leg work, and I really like the outside stuff. So pretty basic match, 2 1/4, but I thought it was solid. Schiff, what did you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. The outside battling was really stiff. I was shocked.
It was kind of weird, like wild, like
Yeah,
really
like-
unexpected. Yeah.
Like Dustin drop kicked Bobby and then hit him with a lariat. I was like, Jesus. And I did like when Bobby chalk blocked Dustin, you hear Paulie screaming, "Does it hurt?" Which made me laugh. But and then Dustin was selling the leg, and then Dustin was able to do a horrible bulldog because of the leg injury.
It
And
was
then
a really bad bulldog.
Yeah,
It's like
it
a
was bad.
DDT almost. Yeah.
Yeah. And even JR was like, "Oh," or Tony says, didn't get all that. And then Austin killed Dustin with the clothesline, and Barry came in fighting. And also, Sean, I'm sorry, but the DA has lost the tag titles. That
Yeah,
is messed as well. Sorry.
I said
Sorry.
that. Jeff.
I'm so sorry.
You gotta listen better, Shifo.
I went 2 and
Right.
I went 2.5.
I think they spent the whole first minute of that match just saying the Steiners were the new tag team champions. Souza.
Oh, you want my rating?
Hey,
Yes,
hey, the DA lost.
Yeah, Souza, go ahead.
yeah,
Wait. What'd you go on it, Schiff?
2.5.
Okay.
I also went 2.5 there, Mr. Hervey, so you can write that down. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a really fun brawl. Super intense headlock at the beginning. I love the punches that these guys throw. I mean, their punches looked sick. Both of them, really. Just fantastic stuff. Rhodes ended up with a bloody nose at one point from one of the punches, so I thought that was really well done. Austin's comes in, and his lariat to Rhodes was great. Rhodes did an awesome job selling that. He did the old inside out flippy do sell from the clothesline. I thought that was great. So, and that we get the DQ from that. So super fun sprint. It's a quick match, but I thought for the amount of time they had, it was really good, and it was really intense too. They were just kind of throwing bombs at each other for like 6-7 minutes. So a 2.5 for me.
Yeah, these two got really, really good chemistry.
Yep.
Mr. Hervey.
Logan must have been in a really foul mood when he watched this one, so he's going lower than all you guys. So he actually went 2 on this one. And listening to Mr. Fry on one of the previous episodes, should Dustin have not been disqualified based on the new head to the post rule?
They say the ref missed it, which is
okay.
stupid.
You missed it like Schiff missed my first minute opening of this match where the Steiners won the belts. Yeah,
what a dumb bastard. Okay, I'm sorry about that one. Hey, he loved the brawling outside. We've seen that the last couple of episodes. I think he mentioned that maybe in the last one. Eaton really gets his ass kicked in this one until he gets the cheap shot to the leg, which then he starts wearing down, which Logan liked as well. And he really liked the awesome clothesline that Austin hit to cause the DQ. So I think he liked the post-match angle a little bit more, but he went 2, like I said.
All right, so what's the total score?
That would be a 2.31, Shano.
All right, 2.31. All right, we're going to move to Worldwide Wrestling. Same weekend. And heel versus heel match. So we talked about it earlier. The Nintendo Top 10 Challenge Tournament. So one of the matches, Tailor-Made Man, Logan Crossland's podcast MVP versus Ravishing Rick Rude. So again, rare heel versus heel match, part of the Nintendo Top 10 Challenge Tournament. Rude out with Medusa, who I just basically said looks super hot and red. Tonight we are fat, out of shape, Snaggletooth sleaze bags. Fat, out of two Snaggletooth sleaze bags Close-ups on some of the audience confirms this because there's some really ugly people in this crowd. Taylor is out in his Great Value $1 Million Man outfit. Jesse and Tony talk about stories. Medusa and the Alliance are making up things about Steamboat stalking Medusa, which that plays out over the course of storyline in the next few episodes. Taylor hits a nice clothesline and arm drag. Rude pulls Taylor down, rams his leg into the post. Rude works the leg, nice swinging net breaker. Taylor comes back with an atomic drop, but Taylor does it on his hurt leg, allowing Rude to hit the Rude Awakening for 3. I thought this was pretty good. And I know Souza is going to hate that I say this, but my good friend Logan would appreciate this. Taylor continues to impress me on his pod appearances on this show. I went 2 1/4. I thought Rude also looked really good in this match. So, Schiff, I'll go to you first. What did you think of this?
So for the Nintendo tournament, do they get in Super Nintendo afterwards or what? Like,
no, it's just a random top 10 wrestler challenge deal.
But I did laugh at Jesse and Tony talking about Super Nintendo games. Like, I can see Tony playing it because he's a big old nerd, as I discovered from when I used to listen to his podcast. Jesse, I can't.
Jesse thinks it's a mind control device, so he doesn't want any part of it.
I will say the working of the leg was very nice, and like how you said, Sean, it came into the end. But like, yeah, it was like the Rude Awakening out of nowhere. It was really kind of positioned as like an RKO out of nowhere with how they said he can hit it out of nowhere. I enjoyed this nice. I thought it was a nice Rude squash. I went 2.5.
Okay. Souza?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically a squash. I went a 2 on it because it was really nothing more than a squash. He looked good. I'll give Rude that. But other than that, I mean, and it was very quick. The finish came out of nowhere. I will also say Medusa, and this is a reference for the folks of that are around my age here. Medusa was wearing a dress that made her look like Lord Zed from the Power Rangers.
Nice. Nice.
You see,
Great reference. Big fan.
Thank you, Mr. Hervey. I hate you less now. Yeah, so I went 2 stars on this squash. Not much more to add.
All right, Mr. Hervey.
I can't tell you how much that makes me feel, Mr. Matto, for you saying that. That really makes me feel good.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Sorry, I'll shut up now. But I'm going to give Logan's rating. He went 2.25 like Sean. Medusa looks like she's ready to go to a banquet of some sort is what he said. He also doesn't know what he's been smoking throughout this pod, but he again loved Taylor in this match. A solid but short match, but he really enjoyed it. 2.5 or 2.25 stars.
Hey, Suze, are you ready to confirm the TaylorMade Man as Starrcade 91 MVP yet?
No.
No, he really was.
If I didn't do it before, why the hell would I do it now?
I'm just saying, you're not going to give the TaylorMade Man any credit whatsoever, are you?
No.
Well,
why would I? Why would I?
Because he's been really good in every match we've watched him in.
Okay.
2.25 was the total rating as well, Sean.
All right.
You know, personal preference is a thing, Sean.
All right. Well, speaking of personal preference, let's get to our next segment and match, which should have a lot of personal preference in it. So we're going to Saturday night. First thing I want to talk about is the WCW magazine segments, and particularly a really interesting Paul Lee Steamboat. It's just wild as shit. So WCW magazine, Sting says he will be ready for our games. It's just a broken rib. Eric questions if he's taken injury too lightly. Nikita does an interview, says due to Sting's injury, he still hasn't spoken to Sting, and that why he was at Super Brawl, he was there to speak to Sting. He is sad what Vader has done to Sting. He is there for Sting. Eric believes Nikita's being sincere, but he can't forget when Sting and Nikita were mortal enemies. And then they flashed over to that segment where Larry and Paul were arguing. So a lot of storyline narrative going on in this segment. The next we go to Jesse with Paul and Medusa. Jesse says they have to deal with a lustful Ricky Steamboat. Not only did Steamboat strike her, but now sexually harassing her, and Medusa has fake tears. Paulie calls him a two-timing lecherous pervert, says stay the hell away from Medusa. Medusa says Steamboat was a so-called family man, but he's lusting over the first lady of wrestling. He struck her. He follows her. She doesn't want him. And then Ricky's music hits out of nowhere. The arena goes dark. Up in the ceiling, Steamboat appears with a flaming torch and a dragon mask sitting on a pole. The crowd goes absolutely apeshit. Medusa freaks out. Steamboat blows fire. Paulie takes off and leaves the freaking out Medusa on the stage with Jesse, which was great. Medusa just yells woman beater. Then we go to a pre-taped Rita Medusa interview where Rude calls her Deucey, which is a terrible nickname, by the way. Said he saw Steamboat as a sorry-looking sea hag at home. No doubt why he left after Medusa. She's beautiful. There's a million other beautiful women. Can't Steamboat pick others because Medusa is his? Says it's not true that they are lying. Steamboat chose his wife and chose to bring a child into this world. Then he chose to pick on Rick Rude in the U.S. title. What happens in the ring is Rude's decision, and then he kisses the camera. I liked all this between the Sting and Nikita stuff, the Vader injury, the Larry stuff. Really, like, again, solid story narratives heading into the Wrestle War. So a lot of good stuff packed into this WCW magazine and interview segment. So, Matt, what did you think of all this?
Yeah, I thought for the most part it was good. There's one thing in particular I wasn't crazy about, but I'll get to that in a second. And Nikita's Russian accent was especially bad here.
Oh, he's getting really bad at keeping up with it.
It was really fading. Like his southern Georgia drawl was kind of bleeding through. He's from the south part of Russia, basically, is what we found out during this. But not the best out of him. Paul and Larry yelling coherently in a hallway as Larry does. It's just, that kind of stuff. And the problem for me is I feel like this Steamboat stuff is kind of forced. I enjoyed the stuff they did last week with the brawl.
Like the stalking thing seems forced.
The stalking stuff, the sexual assault stuff. Like I really don't think we needed that for this. Like Rude and Steamboat already hate each other like poison. I don't think you needed this extra layer on top of it. Like I don't know what necessarily the point of it is. I don't know what the end game to that is, and maybe we'll see it. But I just don't think you need it. So that's my one major issue with that. And the other thing I'll say is Rude calling Medusa Deucey is not a very flattering nickname. So I enjoyed most of this, but yeah, I think the sexual assault stuff with Steamboat and Medusa is not needed at all.
Yeah, it's totally not needed. They did this big injury angle, and they've already superseded it by trying to do this stupid thing. So I would agree with you on that one for sure. All right, Schiff.
I just took a Deucey.
Wow. There you go. That's all you need to say.
But no, it was good. Like, and the Nikita stuff, like Nikita's like he's a phone call away from Sting. It's like, why don't you pick up the phone and call Sting? I just hate stuff like that.
I don't know how to dial.
Sting.
Larry telling Missy to bug off made me laugh. Yeah, but I did love when Ricky showed up and Medusa screamed, "Leave me alone!" Like I thought that was great. And then Rude calling Steamboat's wife a sorry-looking sea hag. Man had a way with words. Yeah. All right, but yeah, it's solid. I actually watched that stuff this time, so good job for me.
All right, excellent, Mr. Hervey.
I agree with a lot of what Mr. Maddow said. I thought the stuff was pretty forced, but for the most part, I enjoyed the intensity of it all, and just some good stuff for sure.
All right, so our next match, it is Saturday night, so of course that means another 2 out of 3 falls match. Tonight, we are very honored and privileged to have Jason Hervey on commentary with JR. So,
yeah, right.
So, for a 2 out of 3 falls match, this seems pretty random. But on paper, they match up, and everyone knows, I think Schiff said it too. The biggest issue we have with Bourne is Josh, the gimmick, not Matt Bourne himself, because he's actually really good. As I said, Mr. Hervey and JR on commentary. Mr. Hervey, no offense, but on camera, you look like an unlikable prick. You have the constant resting prick face, so I hope you don't take offense to that. I know that's your gimmick on the Wonder Years, so maybe you're just method acting.
I really love this podcast, but now that I'm on it, I just don't know if I'm ever going to listen again. You guys are kind of assholes.
I mean,
he's not wrong.
Well, we're just very honest to a fault. But anyway, Arn has announced his
I appreciate that in a way.
Arn has announced his half of the tag champs, but he has no belt, so we know what's going on with that. Josh out to his stupid hillbilly music. I hate this gimmick so much. Commentators sell to them both as 2 hard hitters. They shake hands to start, but Josh holds on to the hands, so Josh kind of being the dick to begin off. Standoffs early with Josh frustrating Arn as Paul calls Josh a big jerk several times. Mr. Hervey on commentary is quite annoying, talking about things about Missy buying him a motorcycle. I don't know if that was a problem. He's also talking about the fucking Wonder Years being renewed for a 6th season, and Turner owning all the syndicated rights. So I'll let Mr. Hervey comment. Yeah, I'll let you comment that a little bit later. They stiff each other outside. Josh backdrops Arn on the floor. Josh works the back, hits a suplex. They announced next week we get a rematch of Barry versus Austin. 2 out of 3 falls for the TV title. There's a bear hug charge into the corner of Boston Crab. Paulie rakes Josh's eyes to break it. Arn goes for a suplex, but sells the back and collapses. Josh back to work an arm and back. Arn goes for a pile driver, but Josh backdrops him. But Arn does a sunset flip out of it and grabs the top rope out of the ref view for the first 3 and the first fall. Fall number 2. Jason likes the fact that Arn cheated. So you like the cheaters, Mr. Hervey?
I'm a big fan of Arn Anderson. I think he's a real smart wrestler. He's great.
All right. Hervey sounds like a whiny schoolboy on commentary. There is a Josh side suplex, then a back suplex, then an ab stretch. Continued focus on the back, which I really like from a storytelling standpoint. Outside, Arn ducks a clothesline, and Josh's arm hits the post. Arn goes to work on the arm using the post repeatedly. Hervey is really unbearable on commentary and really does take away from what's happening. Josh fights back, but Arn DDTs the arm, which I love that spot. I really enjoy Arn's limb work here, as it's very old school Anderson. I like Josh trying to fight back, but Arn cutting him off at every turn, stays focused on the arm. Josh hits an atomic drop. Arn in the turnbuckle bounces back, and they collide, sending both to the mat. Arn goes up to the second rope, jumps off, but right into a Josh inverted atomic drop, allowing Josh to roll up behind for fall number 2. So we're at 1 fall tied apiece. Fall number 3. My first note was, fuck the Wonder Years being renewed for 6th season and Turner owning the syndicated rights. Arn stays on the arm. Arn gets the leg to the face, jumping off rope. Josh does an underhook suplex. Big Josh with a figure 4, which seemed really out of nowhere since focus has been on Arn's back. Arn at one point lands a legit stiff punch to Josh's face that stuns the commentary. Like, literally, you heard the smack echo throughout the arena. So I think that was a botched punch because it causes Josh's eye to swell. Josh does another Boston Crab, clothesline for 2, but Arn kicks out, sending Josh outside through the ropes. 2 collide mid-ring, back inside, both drenched and clearly exhausted. Josh goes for a clothesline. Arn ducks Josh off the ropes and spinebuster for 3, which I love that ending, and Arn wins. So here's the bad part. Match went fucking 40 minutes. Way too long. No offense, Mr. Hervey, but you were absolutely atrocious on commentary. Really took away for me this match. Third fall was a little disjointed as they were exhausted and deviated from the story they told in the first 2 falls from a bodywork standpoint. But I love the creativity of all 3 pins, and I love the finish. If you had put David Crockett in here instead of you, Mr. Hervey, and if you cut the match in half, I could have gone an easy 3.5, but I went 3. So, Souza, I'm going to go to you first because I know everyone on this show has an opinion on this match.
So, I feel like this is a very polarizing match, like you just kind of alluded to. And I think it's a case where personal preference is going to play a lot into how you feel.
Amen.
To how you feel about this match.
Yes.
For me, like, it's 40 minutes. It's way too long, and I think that's its biggest problem. But I don't think it's its only problem. The other problem for me is that I feel like they haven't presented Big Josh as a guy on the level of like a Barry Windham or someone like that, right? To where it's deserving of like that. This match is deserving of 40 minutes, if that makes sense. Like, you look at this match on paper, I don't immediately say, oh, this will be great. It's going to go 40 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, if this was Arn and Barry, I could see this being 40 minutes long with a 2 out of 3 fall stiff or something like that. It feels like this match in particular, it's a match that goes long for the sake of going long. And that is one of my biggest pet peeves in wrestling. I can't stand that. Like, if you can tell a story of a match in 15 minutes, tell it in 15 minutes. Don't have it go 30. And I mean, I'm not going to take away anything from these guys. They definitely worked hard. Like, I'll never take that away from them. But I feel like there were parts of this match that I thought were kind of a slog. And it's just because it's so goddamn long. Like, there's just, like you said, Sean, if you cut this match in half, I think the story of the match is exactly the same. And I think the match is better off for it. So, I mean, it's not a bad match by any stretch, but for me, it's a very meh match, to steal a thing that Sean says all the time. It's very plotting, And maybe it's just a match that's not for me. I'm fully open to that idea too. So for me, I felt like this was just kind of very slow, very plodding. So I only went 2.5 on it. But yeah, just not my favorite match I've watched for this podcast. I say they definitely worked hard, but again, maybe this is just a match that is not for me. So 2.5.
So Matt, how much did Hervey take away from?
Oh, I tuned him out at a certain point.
All right.
Hurts my feelings, guys.
Schiff.
Yeah, I honestly thought, like, because me and Susan seem to like the same type of matches, that I would agree with him more, but I'm actually more on your side, Sean. I will say that Jason Hervey needs to be choked. That was my first note.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, JR is ignoring Jason Hervey the first 5 minutes in. And I will say, I just love this match. Like how Big Josh was working the back, and then Arn started working the shoulder, and like Big Josh was selling his arm and shoulder so much he couldn't even use it, which I just loved. I was shocked that Big Josh held the trunks and got the win. And even when the ref tried to hold up his arm, he couldn't even hold it up to lift up. I thought it was great. Josh actually hit the northern exposure, but Arn got the ropes. I thought it was good. And Arn, they both sold how exhausted they were with this. And Big Josh was bleeding after that punch, Sean. And I will say Arn hit a 6 spine buster and it's over. I went 3 3/4.
Wow. So Hervey didn't take away from you too much, huh?
I sort of like Sousa, I tuned him out, like I'm doing tonight. But yeah, it was just a phenomenal match.
All right, and again, I don't disagree with you. I went 3. I probably would have gone higher, with the exception of commentary, which took me out a little bit. So, Mr. Hervey, care to comment on your role in this and how you feel about the match?
Well, I think me and Jimbo did a great job, and I think Arn put on a 5-star performance here. So I'm actually going to go higher than all of you. But as far as Mr. Logan went, he said it was a perfectly fine match, if not uninspiring at times. Kind of expected more from these two based on previous match watches featuring both guys, and it was just far too long, kind of along with what Matt said. And he actually made a note that I was absolutely annoying little asshole this whole match. So
Wow.
He joins the prick brigade with all the rest of you guys. So, I thought it was great. I thought me and Jimbo did a great stellar performance on commentary, and I thought Arn really showed his smarts and was really great in this match. So yeah, fuck all of you guys.
All right. Well, match is great. Commentary, not so much. And fuck the Wonder Years.
And fuck you.
All right. Next match
2.9.
we got 3 more matches to go. May 9th, 1992, we're going to WCW Pro. A tag team match. Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin and Bobby Eaton. So I think this is a good follow-up match from last week's Dustin-Bobby match. So Medusa's out. So did you guys have a Medusa one for this one? Because I sure do.
Logan actually had multiple.
I don't think I do. Maybe I must have forgot to write it down.
All right, Mr. Hervey, what did Logan have?
He had that she just came from an 80s themed frat party. He also had that she just may have also come from painting, and she also may have been in a tennis match. So he had quite a few options there.
My goodness. So I had Medusa out in her Demi Moore and Ghost about to get railed, making pottery by Swayze attire.
My God.
Jesus Christ.
My absolute God. This is a family show.
Oh, Mr. Hervey, I got news for you. This ain't a family show.
I don't know. I thought that was one of my favorite ones.
This ain't the Wonder Years, buddy.
I really thought that was one of the better ones I've come up with. I was pretty happy with that one.
That was actually very good, but fuck it, that was inappropriate as hell.
Is Schiff still with us, or did we lose him?
I'm here.
I think he's tired of my ass.
No,
right.
no, I'm here. It's fine.
All right. I like the opening back and forth between Barry and Austin. These two really do click together. Dustin with a double leapfrog over Windham and Eaton as Windham rolled up Eaton for a 2 count, which was awesome. That leapfrog spot was amazing that Dustin got that. Then Austin running in to break it up and Barry ducking, and Austin clobbered him with a Austin got clobbered with a Dustin clothesline. Barry and Dustin definitely look awesome as a team. Austin blocks a Barry pile driver and backdrops him. Again, impressive visual. Barry being a big guy and being backdropped, this looks really cool. Dustin takes the heel heat match, very evenly paced with Alliance looking strong. All four in the ring. Barry and Austin go outside. Bobby charges a corner, gets a boot, Dustin boot to face, and Dustin gets a bulldog for 3. I like this match a lot. It was 8 minutes, good paced, even odds. Love the Barry and Austin feud, and I like Dustin and Wyndham as a team, which becomes a thing as we move forward into the coming months, even after this pod's over. So I went 2 3/4 stars for an 8-minute match. This is really good. So Matt, what'd you think?
I am right there with you, sir. 2 3/4 on this. Super energetic. I thought Austin did a great job selling here. Particularly, there was a right hand to him that I thought he did a great job selling. Wyndham and Rhodes come in and clean house. This felt like a fight, and I feel like this is the template they should use now for the rest of these tag matches, however many more we're going to see from here until the end of the Dangerous Alliance, because I feel like this rivalry is at a point where it's going to be in War Games at Wrestle War. So every single match needs to have this brawl, this fight feel to it. Like, I don't want to see a 10-minute headlock between Ricky Steamboat and whoever from the Dangerous Alliance. Every match, I think from here on out, you need to have punches, you need to have kicks, you need to just have a wild brawl because it fits the story. So, yeah, I really enjoyed the hell out of this super fun brawl. So I'm right there with you, Sean, 2 3/4.
All right, Schiff.
Yeah, this was a nice, fast-paced match. God, Barry and Austin worked so well together. Mm-hmm. Dustin's flying lariats are great, and Bobby's just, just a hell of a match. DA did a great job of isolating Dustin, and Dustin gets a bulldog, which is a whole lot better than the one we saw last episode. I went 2 3/4 as well.
All right,
it was just a fun, frenetic paced match.
Yeah, it was, again, Bobby, and it's interesting as you brought it up. Bobby Eaton, super impressive tonight in the matches he's in. This just really, really good, and him and Dustin, they're just amazing together. Mr. Hervey.
Logan went 4 for 4 with you guys, 2 3/4. He said for as fast and quick as this match was, it was quite good. The heels grinded the faces down real well, and while the faces were on offense, it was always fired up and full of energy. So he really enjoyed this one along with you guys.
All right, so 2 3/4, a really solid tag team match here. So we're going to move on to the same weekend, Worldwide Wrestling. Stunning Steve Austin versus Chip the Firebreaker. And
oh, God.
This is non-title, which I really don't understand, but at the same time, Chip deserves no title shot. Big news here, Austin with his haircut. So we finally get the Austin haircut after the long hair. Chip is in the ring already, looking like he works at Chippendales as he takes off his fire gear. Tony admires the hair, and Jesse says he's looking good. Jesse shits on Steamboat's marriage and calls out how horny he probably is for Medusa, which is so random. Tony then agrees that Medusa is hot. Medusa tonight, fairly low-key in her white dress. The other thing I noticed is, guys, has Chip always had his name in big letters on his ass?
I've never stared at his ass. I can't tell you.
Well, tonight it was like flaming letters going across his buttocks.
Well, he's a firebreaker.
Well, I know, but I've never noticed that before. So anyway, here's the match. Chip arm drag, drop kick, headlock. Austin hits a stun gun out of nowhere for 3. Literally all Austin did in this match was the stun gun. Short, 2 minutes. Please, no more Patriots. Tony again says 15 months Austin has been champ, and it hasn't even been 11. I only went 1/4 star on this. This match is complete butt. Souza.
I went 1/2 star. The highlight of this match was Austin getting a haircut.
Okay. Chiff.
Yeah, Austin getting a haircut was nice. Jesse and Tony were also talking about how hot Medusa was, and then Tony slut shames Medusa by saying she dresses risque, and Jesse gives him shit for it. So that's my first 3 notes. My other 3 notes: Chip getting too much on Austin. Nice drop kick from Chip. Austin with a stun gun out of nowhere, and it's over. 1/2 star.
How the hell did you get 6 notes out of that? God bless you.
Yeah, I know, but half of them were talking about Jesse and Tony and Austin's haircut.
All right, Mr. Hervey.
Logan went a little out of left field with Medusa here. He said she looked like promiscuous Mary Poppins, as the bottom of the dress was quite poofy, but very revealing and spaghetti strapped at the top. I believe he's talking about a pre-pod chat that y'all may have had. He said he joked, but the hair seems to have added a little bit of energy to Austin, though he though he does look pretty good in this one. I think he really enjoyed Austin in this one for the most part. He did have to rewatch this. He went much higher the first time, but dropped it to 1 star. So he enjoyed it more than you guys, but was disappointed on rewatch.
All right. Can Jason Hervey say the word poofy one more time for me?
Poofy.
What was the total score on this one?
0.56.
All right. So, yeah, this match is just a shit-ass poofy.
Shit-ass poofy, huh?
Shit-ass poofy. All right. Okay. Our last and final match of this episode, another Eaton versus Dustin Rhodes match. So definitely getting their shit in this episode. So the two both bitch smack each other to start. Dustin elbows the Bobby and him bounce. So basically Dustin elbows the Bobby and Bobby bouncing back off the ropes into them was really great because it happened multiple times. Then he gets punched over the top rope and he ate shit hard on the floor. Jesse says the Steiners being tag champs are great for children. It proves you can be illiterate and still go to college. Back kid Bobby knees Dustin to the back and to the outside. Outside, Dustin throws Bobby into the post and charges at him. Bobby ducks and Dustin hits his arm. Bobby works the arm. Bobby holding on to Paul to keep leverage behind Russ back as Dustin tries to rally. Bobby goes up top. Dustin catches him, slam to the mat. Paul up on the apron. The ref is distracted. There's a Dustin Bulldog cover, and then out of nowhere, Dustin, the Diamond Stud, with a leg drop, and Bobby on top for the shocking 3. Wow, another really good match. Diamond Stud was so random, but we will talk more about why the Diamond Stud might have interfered in this match in our next episode. I went 2 3/4 on this one too. This is another really good solid match between the two. Sousa, what'd you think?
Yeah, I like this match too, but I did dock it a bit for the finish, for the weird finish with the Diamond Stud coming out. So I was going to ask if we had heard about this and I had just forgotten, but it would appear not, so I don't feel so bad anymore. But yeah, just a very random finish to this match, and I enjoyed the match overall. They have great chemistry with one another, as we've been talking about. So it's a pretty similar match to the last one we've talked about, which, I mean, I'll take. It's still really good, but yeah, I docked it a bit for the weird finish, so 2.5.
The finish will make sense when we do the Meltzer notes in our next episode.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yep. Schiff, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought this was a fun match. I will say Jesse was donking on the Steiner brothers, who did a promo before this, and he was asking who was interpreting for the Steiners.
Jesse is such a great prick.
He really is. And to start off, Dustin slaps the shit out of Bobby, and it was awesome. And then Jesse still dunking on the Steiners. So the Steiners prove you can be illiterate and go to college. And Tony just loses it laughing. Like, he doesn't even try to, like, defend him. And Dustin then on the outside tries to lariat Bobby, and Dusty hits his arm on the post. I thought that was good. Bobby starts working the arm. Paulie was good with, like, what he was doing around there. Dustin hits the flying lariat, which he's fond of, and Dropkick got a 2. And I was shocked that the Diamond Stud ran out, but like you said, Sean, we'll get to that. I'd already had read that before. I gave this 2.5. Bobby wins.
All right, Mr. Hervey. Yeah, shocking win, by the way. Big win for Bobby Eaton, by the way, in here. Mr. Hervey, what'd you think?
Mr. Logan once again went 2.5 with the other guys. He thought it was another solid match between these two. I thought this one was better than the first. I felt like he had a lot more energy, and they got a lot more time in this one, so they got to do their thing a little longer. He did think it was very random that the Diamond Stud came out to interfere, but as we have all talked about so far, it will make sense in the future. But he also pontificates that maybe this is why Dustin targeted Mr. Scott Hall when he goes into the WWE, when he becomes Goldust. So maybe a payback here from the WCW time. So, but yeah, 2.5 with all the other guys.
So we're led to believe that WCW has future booking WWF on their mind as they book this.
I mean, you never know.
All right. Well, that's quite the shit take, Mr. Hervey, but we'll roll with that.
I don't think it was a shit take, but whatever.
All right. Anyway, go. All right. Last but not least, to close out, what was the final rating on that match, Mr. Hervey?
2.56.
All right. So our final watch of the night, we had a Paulie interview. Jesse, do any of you watch golf?
Occasionally.
All right. Any
I'd
idea?
rather do anything else.
Yeah.
Who was the guy? Do you have any idea of the guy in the Masters that Jesse was bringing up?
Fred Couples.
All right.
Yeah,
So I put Jesse brings up some guy in the Masters. Paul says whoever said guy was doesn't lie, as he read it in the New York Times sports section. Paul says Steamboat is part of a conspiracy against the Alliance headed by Kip Fry. Says Fry's future is as bright as Mike Tyson's. Fry slanted the odds in the Steiner's favors. They allow Ricky to harass Medusa. They took away Paulie's job. They took away his danger zone. He calls Fry a jerk. Paulie says he is the CEO of the most lethal group of individuals ever in WCW. And he says they are like white hot lava, and they are out of control. Says when he's done, Fry will be so damn out of work he will be banging for a job. Then Jesse throws it to Gary Michael Kapiski in the ring. Really great intensity by Heyman here. And I thought that was just a nice little promo to say, kind of going back to the earlier days of the Alliance where his main goal was to take down WCW, the board of directors, and he took out Jim Herd, and now he's got his focus on Kip Fry. So I kind of liked all this. Susan, what do you think?
Yeah, Paul was great here, as he often is. He is very angry and sweaty, more so than he usually is. He also mentions that Fry will be so out of work that he'll be begging Paul and Jesse for a job. So apparently Jesse also has some sort of pull in the Dangerous Alliance that Paulie's been alluding to. So, but yeah, more great stuff from Paulie as per usual.
Excellent. Schiff.
Yeah, Paulie just knocked it out of the park with this. He said that KL and Fry's future is not good. I mean, he was right, but also this kind of affected Paul, and he blamed him for the DA issue. So, like, Kip Allen Fry getting it from both sides. So,
That's what she said.
Yeah, we will cover pretty. We will cover a pretty quick end of the K. Allen Fry era by the time we get to the end of this podcast. So, Paul, with good foreshadowing there. Mr. Hervey, final thought.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Paulie dangerously really destroys my good buddy Kip Allen Fry in this one. So he really tore him a new one, but it was enjoyable. I thought Mr. Heyman brought some good energy. Like like they just said, he was sweating pretty profusely. So he was really into it tonight.
All right.
K. Allen Fry soon to be back harvesting wheat on his local farm.
He definitely will be. So more to come. Wow, guys. So that wraps.
He's about to be K. Allen fired.
Wow. Ooh, I see what you did there.
That's the best. That's the best thing you've ever said, Mr. Hervey.
I wish you'd be Jason Hurd. Jason Hurd canceled.
Good Lord. All right. So
you wonder dolt.
With that, we complete tonight's episode, which leaves us with 2 more episodes to go. So let's do our end of show awards. All right. Most dangerous. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. And I know he didn't win a lot of matches tonight, but he also won a big one. I'm going with Eaton. I thought his matches were good. He was great in the ring and just showed really good fire. So I'm going with Bobby Eaton. Souza.
I was torn between him or, believe it or not, Austin.
I believe Austin. I don't.
Yeah, because of the tag match and the match with Wyndham. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give Austin some credit. He deserves it. He, after the shit we've given him over the past, let's say all the episodes of 7 Months of Danger. So I'll give it to Austin this time.
I would give it to Austin if it weren't for the chip match.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, but it was quick enough.
Yeah, but he looked like like I was in that mode where he was starting.
But he got a haircut. He got a haircut.
I know, but I was in that mode where he was looking good, and then he did jack shit in that match. So anyway,
the lack of hair made up for it.
Schiff.
I'm gonna go with Arn, because of the Big Josh match. I know that was the only match, but yeah, I loved it that much.
I don't disrespect that either. All right, Logan. I'm sorry, Hervey.
Ooh.
How dare you? I'm actually going to agree with Matt. I'm going to go with Austin.
All right, so Austin's going to take it tonight. Okay. Well, least dangerous, Matt.
Oh, why'd you come to me first? Because I have no idea.
I don't either.
I think I got to go with Rude, kind of by default.
There's no Larry. There was no Larry tonight,
right,
was there?
And everybody else was at least involved in something decent, whereas Rude for me wasn't. He had the Taylor squash, and he was in the tag match with Vader. So I feel like it's going to be Rude by default.
I think I'm with you there, Schiff.
This is hard. Can I do Larry Z?
No.
No.
We've been there before. They have to be on the show to be.
I mean,
counted.
he technically was on the show because
no.
we've seen them arguing, and he tells
He
Missy
wasn't.
to
He
bug
wasn't.
off.
He wasn't wrestling.
Okay, I'm thinking. I'm gonna go with Austin
That's
for
ridiculous.
for the chip match.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Hervey.
I'll agree with Rude. I didn't really think anybody stunk tonight, but I'll go with him by default, kind of like Matt said.
Yeah, I don't think anybody stunk tonight, but Rude definitely didn't really. Anyway, all right. So that puts Rude at how many? At least
That would be number 6 for Minister Rude.
Jesus, Rick Rude, what a shit
Lord.
show! He's wow.
I think for being the leader of the quote unquote leader of the group, he kind of didn't show too much tonight. So yeah, I definitely think that's why he should be least dangerous.
He hasn't shown too much in 21 episodes, to be honest. All right.
Well, this is my first one, so.
Right.
Well, my bad. Best match, Souza.
For me, it is Austin and Wyndham at 3 stars.
Austin and Wyndham. All right. Schiff.
Arn and Big Josh.
All right. Mr. Hervey.
I went with Wyndham and Rhodes versus Eaton and Austin.
Okay, I am going with Arn and Josh. I'm with Schiff.
I mean, that's what Logan went. Personally, I went with Josh and Arn with Mr. Schiffo.
All right, so Josh and
Right,
Arn win.
right.
So Arn and Josh. All right. Worst match, Souza.
That would be Austin and Chip. No brainer.
Yeah, same here. Austin Chip. Schiff.
Austin Chip.
All right, Hervey.
Yeah, Austin Chip, unfortunately.
All right, and last but not least, on the journey with 2 episodes to go, and we're almost to War Games. On a scale of 1 to 5, Souza.
It's a tough one because I mean we had good promos throughout, but and it did advance the storyline more than our last episode, so I feel like I have to go higher. But I still feel like they're not really doing enough to really get the point across that, hey, we're going to be in fucking War Games in a couple of weeks here. And really no real mention of War Games either. So I think that's kind of weird too, that we haven't really mentioned like who's in War Games, what War Games is going to be, like no real mention of that. And at this
no
point,
emphasis. No emphasis.
And at this point, we're what, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away. So that's super. So, I mean, I'll go right down the middle. I'll go 2.5 on it.
Yep, I'm with you. 2.5. Souza or Schiff?
This kind of feels like a 1.5 to me, to be completely honest.
Really? Because I feel like it's better than what last episode was.
We got more talk of War Games last episode. None of that really this episode.
I enjoyed the matches a little bit more.
Okay.
But okay, you Schiffo's gonna shift. Mr. Herbert.
Well, as I would really appreciate to not do math right now, I'm going to also go in 2.5 and ignore Mr. Schiffo's ratings and just put down 2.5 on the master sheet.
Wow.
Well,
That's
he's
okay.
been a real prick to me all night.
That's
so.
okay. We've ignored your career the past 30 years.
Well,
That's a good point. Yeah.
I've produced many totally make-believe shows.
We're doing you a service by having you on this podcast.
I'll have you know he produced Scott Baio as 45.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great.
Wow.
Great.
VH1 Classic Television.
Who the
You
fuck
never
is
seen
Scott Baio?
You don't know who Scott Baio is?
No.
Your face is Scott Baio.
Wow.
All right. So with that, we are going to wrap up this episode. And 2 weeks, guys. Episode number 22. And that'll put us one episode away from War Games and wrapping up the end of the Dangerous Alliance as we know it. So before we go, I'll go to Souza first. Souza, what would you like to plug?
Right here, you can find me on the Extreme Three-Way Dance, where we are in 1998 currently, so give that a listen. That's myself, JT, and Jenny. Speaking of Jenny, her and I are on GC Dub, a game-changing podcast, where we cover the world of GCW. So give that a listen or a watch as well on this very feed, and find me on Twitter at msouza1991.
All right, Schiff.
Yeah, just check out all the pods here. And on the No-So, the wrestling feed, and the pop feed. I can be found on Twitter at Scott_Shuffler.
All right. And Mr. Hervey, anything you would like to plug?
Nah, honestly, I'm good. Y'all have been real assholes to me all night, so I'm gonna leave as gracefully as I possibly can by shutting up.
All right. I thought maybe you'd want to plug, Wonder Years and syndication.
Wonder Years, yeah.
I just don't get the feeling you guys are gonna watch, so I don't think this is the audience that I.
Oh,
really
we don't care, but we want to help you.
I mean, we have you on the
really
show.
don't
You might
think
as well
do,
plug
so
something.
I'm just gonna stay silent.
All right.
Would you like to talk about why you and Missy broke up?
I'd really like to not talk about it, honestly. Thank you.
Do you still own her motorcycle?
Yes.
Did Missy give you a case of the Hervey?
Possibly.
All right. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Shawnee Danger. That's my Twitter handle. And I'll just pop up on random pods along the way, but my main pod is this one, Traders of the Lost Ark, over on the PTBN pop feed, and NWA Crock and Roll will be returning in June. And Mr. Hervey, did Logan put any notes about the pod that's coming up after this one, or what we're planning to do when this pod ends?
Yeah, he did leave me a slight note, linking up luchas, looking over the history of Lucha Underground. Very short history, but we will be diving into that. Y'all will be diving into that as soon as this pod is over.
Yeah, so after we get through the next 2 episodes, next month, Link It Up Lucha will be following. What is it called? What is it called?
Linking Up Lucha, that's correct.
All right, Link It Up Lucha will be coming out. So is it going to be coming out the month after this pod ends? Is that the plan?
Absolutely.
All right, so we look forward to that. I actually look forward to that because I have not watched any Lucha Underground with the exception of one match on YouTube Roulette. So definitely looking forward to that. So with that, I am Sean Kidd. He is Matt Souza. He is Scott Shiflett. And Mr. Hervey, even though we were not very nice to you, we were glad that you could join us tonight. But we look forward to Logan being back on because we all hate you and wish you the best.
Well, that's just not very nice, but at the same time, thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.
Only got a gallon in the gas tank, but I'm almost at the finish line, so I can't stop now. I don't really know where I'm headed, just enjoying the ride. Just gonna roll till I drop and ride till I die. I'm living life in the fast lane. Living life in the fast lane.
Yeah, my whole goal is a poet's to be relaxed in orbit at war with a bottle as Captain Morgan attacks my organs. My slow flow is euphoric, it's like I rap endorphins. I made a pact with the devil that says I'll let you take me, you let me take a shovel, dig up the corpse of Jack Kevorkian. Go back and forfeit, more beef than you can pack a fork in. I'm living the life of the infinite enemy down. My tenement chimney now, the semi-serenity pal, spin them around, entering in the vicinity. Now it's called him and but he threw in a candy and ate the rap. I chewed him up and spitted him out. Gurkity up, now get down. He's looking around this club and it looks like people are having a shit fit now. Yeah, little trailer trash, take a look who's back and tip the town. Did a sister start a motherfucker, fuck them all, he's just the whole motherfucking wall. I'll get it down every time he comes up round. And he came to the club tonight with 5'9" to hold this bitch down. Like a motherfucking sinking to water, he's trying to trick to drown. Shorty, when you dance, you got me captivated. Just by the way that you keep licking them dicks like a lips, I'm agitated, aggravated. To the point you don't suck my dick, then you're gonna get decapitated. Other words, you don't fucking give me head, then I'ma have to take it. And after taking that, I'ma catch your case, it's gonna be fascinating. This gonna say the whole rap game passed away on top of the affidavit. Graduated from master debater / massive masturbator to Michael Jackson's activator. Meaning I'm on fire off the top, might wanna back up data. Rolling over hip-hop in a verbal tractor trailer. Homie, they sick, you can normally ask a hater. Don't it make sense? These shell cases, it's just like a bag of paper dropped in the lap of a tax evader. Homie, they spit. And I make that ass drop like a sack of potatoes. What girl on the crackulator, percolator, this party, be my penis ejaculator later. Tell your boyfriend that you just struck, paid it. You're rolling with a player, you won't be exaggerating when you say it.